Welcome back, everyone. Today we're going to be reviewing Dietrich Bonhoeffer with Eric Metaxas. I apologize if I'm butchering that. That's kind of what I do best on this channel, is butcher names. So I apologize, Eric, if that's not how that's pronounced, but he did a fantastic job at teaching this course. Really, his optimism, his charisma, it made it so engaging to sit through this course. He had a really positive attitude all throughout. I thought he did a fantastic job at teaching it. So Dietrich Bonhoeffer is somebody who I know a little bit about. I knew a little bit about going into this course. If you guys know me, World War II is that one period in history that I probably know the most about. I've read quite a bit about that time period. So I knew a little bit about Dietrich Bonhoeffer, but I didn't know a lot of his biographical details. I didn't know a ton about his work in theology. I was a little bit blind to that. So going into this, I learned quite a bit. And I'm excited to learn more about Dietrich Bonhoeffer in the future. So as always, I'll go through the synopsis on the Peterson Academy website first. Then we'll cover the quizzes, lectures, recommended books. I'll give you guys my concluding thoughts, and then we will wrap up for today. So the synopsis on the Academy website. In this 8-hour course titled Dietrich Bonhoeffer, Eric Metaxas examines the life and legacy of the German pastor and theologian who courageously opposed the Nazi regime. Together we follow Bonhoeffer's journey from his formative years and early theological development to his prophetic response to the rise of Nazism and his ultimate sacrifice. The course highlights Bonhoeffer's unwavering commitment to living out his faith and ethics, even in the face of unimaginable evil, and his enduring impact on Christian thought and practice. So yeah, hopefully that gives you guys a better understanding of what this course is about. This course is based off of a book written by the professor himself, titled Bonhoeffer, Pastor, Martyr, Prophet, Spy. So kind of riffing off Le Carré's Tinker, Tailor, Soldier, Spy, one of the greatest spy novels of all time. I highly recommend it. Also highly recommend the film, even though it's a little slow. I think Gary Oldman and the rest of that fantastic cast is just tremendous in that film. I think it's a really underrated one. But there's only 2 books in the recommended books for this course, and one of them was the one I just mentioned, Bonhoeffer by Eric Metaxas. The other one is by Mr. Bonhoeffer himself, The Cost of Discipleship. I haven't gotten around to reading either of those yet, although I do want to pick up this Bonhoeffer biography. I want to read at least one biography on him, and it seems like Eric's book is one of the most highly regarded ones. Apparently, Bonhoeffer is his longest book, clocking in at 600 pages long, so I'm excited to pick that up at some point in the future. So the next thing that I want to take a look at is the lectures themselves. So again, if you guys want to pause and read the little descriptions for each lecture, feel free to. The first lecture is titled The Formative Years. The second lecture is Theological Foundations. The third lecture is Bonhoeffer in America. The fourth is A Call to Action. The fifth is Discipleship and Defiance. The sixth is Bonhoeffer's Return. The seventh is In the Face of Evil. And the eighth is Final Acts of Faith. So yeah, Bonhoeffer had a very interesting life. There's a lot to read about, even though he didn't have the longest life, unfortunately. Spoiler alert, but it's about 80 years ago now, so I don't know if there's much of a spoiler alert, but he did pass away in 1944 and was killed. And the 8th lecture kind of goes over that. It's a little bit more of a somber lecture. I did enjoy that one quite a bit. And my other favorite lecture throughout the course was probably the 3rd lecture, Bonhoeffer in America, just reading how he went to churches, and I believe it was Harlem, and he kind of saw how black churches were run and how they really exuded like true faith, in his opinion, compared to the almost watered down white churches, I guess. It was an interesting lecture, very, very interesting lecture to see how his faith was changed by his journey to America. And obviously all the stuff with the rise of Nazism and how he opposed it and in which ways he opposed it, how he stood firm. It's a very, very inspiring story, and I urge you guys, even if you can't take this course, if you're watching this video and you haven't signed up for the Peterson Academy yet, but you want to learn more about Bonhoeffer, I highly recommend either picking up Eric's book or just going on YouTube and trying to find a video on Bonhoeffer. Maybe in the future I'll start doing some historical biography videos. We'll see. Maybe I'll make like short little ones, or maybe I'll make full hour-long, maybe even longer than that, videos about some of the greatest historical figures of all time. I want to do a couple of those in the future, because there's some key historical figures that I just don't feel like get talked about enough. Bonhoeffer would probably fall in that camp. So if you guys want to see me make one of those videos, you guys can let me know down below in the comments, and certainly in the future I can provide that. I will be covering some other characters in the Second World War in the future. I don't know if I'll do it on my YouTube or on my Patreon, just because it can be tough when you're talking about the dictators of World War II with some of the YouTube censorship. So I might be putting those on Patreon. I'm not too certain, but I will be making, and those won't even just be 1 hour videos. Those will be like multi-part, probably 10 to 20 hour long series about the entire lives of the dictators and some of the other, probably more positive and good leaders of World War II. I want to keep a good balance there, but if I do the dictators, again, they might have to go on the Patreon. But that's something that I want to do in the future. I want to start making more videos kind of highlighting historical figures and why they're important, try to bring their biographical details to life in an exciting and entertaining way, because I think we need to learn more about these great men of the past. And Bonhoeffer is one that's overlooked. I never heard his name mentioned once throughout my entire schooling, grade 1 to 12. Never heard his name mentioned once, and that's kind of unfortunate because he's a great man. And yeah, I learned a lot from this course. I can't wait to learn more about Dietrich Bonhoeffer. I want to read, like I said, some of his books. I want to read his theology and see where he got to. I'm sure that's going to inform my What is God videos and my Who is God videos and my more theological videos. It'll definitely help inform that. So Bonhoeffer will be a useful tool for me in the future. And yeah, like I said, just go out there and do some research on the guy and learn more about him, because he was a powerful figure. And yeah, I had a great time with this course. I guess I should mention the quizzes. I only took one. Not difficult. All of the history courses, like if you're paying attention, I don't think you have to take any notes. It's going to be pretty simple if you're paying attention. And Eric talks rather slow. There's a lot of space between his sentences and words. So I was watching these lectures on ×2 speed myself. You obviously don't have to do that. But I will say that there's not like a ton that's being like overloaded on you each lecture. Like you should be able to do the quizzes perfectly fine and not have too many issues with them. So I think that's all that I wanted to cover for today. Again, let me know down below in the comments if you guys want to see some more historical videos on this channel. I want to branch out more. I started doing some of those art analysis videos. I really enjoy doing those, but I want to touch more on history as well in the future too. So let me know down below in the comments. And if you guys like this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, share with your friends to help boost this channel and the algorithm. Thank you guys so much for watching. As always, it means the world to me. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.